Everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of the walkthrough. So before we do anything else, we're going to go ahead and rest, then head on out to Pilgrim's Perch, talking to Andreas of Ebb on the way. So Andreas is kind of a D-bag. He's trying to steal her lamp. He's pretty much his grandfather was like a great warrior. He's trying to live off his name. He's quite cowardly dude. We'll kill him later, but
Not a useless like the one I've learned about that. I hope you reckon truth. Of course, my name, but far more than has proven. That's right, with the fight only to be betrayed. So you'll while and give me the la. No, it's sad. I hope you see sense. My offer, after all.
okay. Now, we're going to move on forward and meet the traveling merchant. So this merchant is going to open up, pretty much he's going to be, he's not a merchant yet, but he's going to become one, and he's going to kind of travel around certain spots we may go. But there's certain times where you want to make sure you get stuff from him, because you can't just go to him whenever you want. Now, he will end up at the hub area, but not for some time.
Careful.
So.
The Hallows crossed. All I wanted was that they deemed me. What's a poor trick? I gave, but if you, I know it doesn't. It's a heart, but a tree that doesn't.
Okay, so we're going to exhaust his dialogue. Now we're going to be working our way to Pilgrim's Perch. However, there's a side path we want to take, and that's going to take the majority of this episode. Then, we'll kind of like wrap up Pilgrim's Perch next episode. Typically, I like to try to separate, area and episode. But there's just a lot here to do. But this side path leads to a lot of stuff. Pendants and armor and weapons and shields. Umbral scourings. Side quest. I mean, you name it. So it's really important to do. It actually puts you in a decent place early on. As always, like I say, I always say, crash these barrels, don't let these guys surprise you. That's taking us 3 swipes. That's 6 hits because of 2 weapons. When we get our upgrades, things are going to be much, much, much better. Now, we do need to enter Umbral. But first, might as well just go ahead and drop, turn around, grab your upgrades. That's your small beryllium. That's going to get you through your first few phases of upgrades. And then you're going to need regulars and then larges. As far as upgrading weapons, I planned on telling you guys, don't upgrade anything, save it for your main weapons. But as long as you don't use larges, you're okay. You're only getting enough larges to upgrade 1 weapon, 1 shield, 1 catalyst. So you want to be very sure about what you do. Now, I do know some farms we could do and stuff like that, but, as far as just finding them, like, it's okay to get some early weapons upgraded. I would just wouldn't go past, like, +4 or +5. Now, obviously, enter Umbral, drop down the same beam. You notice these enemies already have more health than they did in their very last spot. As it's only taking us 3 hits for the spell to kill him, now it's 4. And it's just going to keep gradually stepping up and stepping up. So, now we're going to go up the big ass hand and grab a shield for Umbral builds. But first, get your weapon buff. We're about to fight one of our first elite Umbral enemies. It's not like a boss or anything. It's just a, more elite enemy and could be kind of troublesome for some folks. Now, it's really easy just to run past these tougher enemies and not fight them, but that's going to be a mistake, because throughout the game, you're going to have to learn their movesets. You're going to have to learn how to deal with this and fight them. So, this is the moth lady. She only does 1 move, I was really worried about. That's easy enough, just back up or dodge through it, but she has the grab attack with her legs, and that does a lot of damage, and you just, you want to be careful for her. You don't want to fuck off with her. So from here, go ahead and pop that. Hell Eye Shield, like I said, it's going to give you more protection from wither damage, but it is very much an Umbral Shield. I mean, it looks like an Umbral Shield, but it needs Radiance and Inferno to use. So, let's go ahead and exit Umbral. And we're going to go down the stairs. And as soon as you go down the stairs, just go straight back. We're going to grab an axe or hatchet. It's a throwable item. We gotta collect all for trophies, so I'll make sure we have that. Alright, break this. Where is it? Oh, you fuck. Now, to regularly progress this place into the Pilgrim's Perch, you can go up those stairs there and kind of just work your way up. However, like I said, there is a side path. But there is a visage in there before we do our side path. We do want to grab that and also a stigma as well. But while we're right here, I figured, these guys aren't tough. If you're almost out of heals or you're almost dead, run up those stairs and get your visage. If not, let's go and clear this so we don't have to worry about doing it, on the way out. Okay, we go up this ladder, grab an ammo pouch and some mana stone clusters. Drop down. Break these. Like I said, we're just clearing all these guys up. These are like worshippers. They don't do anything. They eventually get brazen enough to smack you. But it's not even till end game and it just virtually does no damage. Unless you're withered. So let's get back to the stairs, halfway up where we were going down at. I had to check my notes because I knew I forgot something. Well, we're going to come over here and get an emote. At least that's what I think it is. Bucket Lord Salute. At least that's what I think it is. I never used it. Is it not? Yeah, there it is. I was like, I know it's a emote. Alright, so it's going to enter Umbral. Use your stigma. 2 more Umbral scourings for us.
Sentinels. Most blessed representatives of the Holy Judge Cleric.
I'm taking my time because we gotta rest to exit Umbral, but at the same time, if we rest, it's gonna interrupt that, so you can get an upgrade, stuff like that.
And we are yet to see whether you are deserving of that honor.
So once this is done playing out, we'll rest. Let's just wait on it. You don't really have a choice.
Of Judge Cleric. My faith in her and her divine works is boundless.
Pray it is. For our immaculate lady's light will lay bare the truth, and in radiance there is judgment.
Okay, here we go. Let's go and rest on up. So at this point, I'm just curious here. 16 already, so we need 40 for Pieta's sword. Now typically, I wouldn't really suggest it because it's been nerfed, but if you do a pure Radiance build, it's the only weapon in the game for you. Everything else is going to get strength or agility scaling and Radiance scaling, so it's going to be split damage, right? So, it was badly nerfed. If it wasn't, it would be the weapon we're going to suggest. It has Smite, it's quick, it's got a lot of reach, it's really quick, and, it does a lot of damage, or it used to. Now it's pretty good. I do believe it kind of falls off halfway through the game. And then also, guys, adding some strength is going to give us some shield options. Now, shields aren't the best in this game. There's some good ones, but unfortunately, there's nothing for just straight up Radiance. You're going to need some strength, right? So, that's another reason we're doing Strength Radiance. And I think having a bigger weapon is going to be great. So, down here, there's a box. Break that. See, that's what I always warn you guys. Don't even mess with it. You know what I mean? We are going to clear the path there, though. Alright, so we're going to run and jump. So as I mentioned before, platforming is existent in this game, but it just never really feels good. So he's going to have a parasite. Going to pop that. You got one off. That's all you're getting, buddy. Alright. Run and jump. Now, let off your analog stick after you jump. Sometimes it just throws you forward on the landing and it could easily kill you. Alright. Clean house. Even though they don't attack us, they're souls. We might as well get them. As mentioned, break those boxes. You can save yourself a lot of trouble in the long run. Alright, so we're gonna get him first, so he isn't he's not gonna push us, but he could, swing at us and knock us off if we're positioned just really poorly. Alright. Get on up. Penitent trousers. guy right here. Get him gone. There's gonna be a guy to your left and a guy straight ahead. Caster. Hey. Alright. Get your throttle. Ooh, that was not very nice. So after you got all them, you're going to go to the far side, grab the bell staff. Because same thing, our weapon, holy, strength, scaling, so physical and holy, right? But just not a real choice, guys. Not a real choice at all. I would never consider an upgrade it, or even using it for that matter. Alright, going forward, we're getting another tint to dye our armor with. There's going to be ice grip. Now we're going to go on down, and we do actually want to enter Umbral. Because we have a stigma to get for Dama Rose. Now we're going to meet Dama Rose later this episode. She's, linked to, she's linked to the Inferno secret ending. So if you want to go for that, you got to do her quest. You got to get all her stigmas, all that, exhaust her dialogue, everything that involves her. Let's go and exit Umbral. You're gonna see a bridge here, and you're like, oh, we might need that. Well, we do. We just don't need an Umbral. What we need it for is an axiom. So just hold up your lantern, start walking across. Now, this is gonna happen sometimes, and you're gonna have to line up that platform. Release, and get you a good strength weapon. 200 burn. Physical, you need a little bit of strength. You probably don't have it yet if you're working base stats, but just the smarter play to make. Now we're gonna enter Umbral here. As soon as you get to this edge, you can pull this and turn around immediately. So there's these guys in the wall, but they don't want to come out until your back's turned. Kind of, kill you, right? In other words. So they wait for you to walk by, so if you don't turn around, you're going to get caught. So we have another mop lady up here and want to buff up. Now if you go take this bridge, which we are after we do this little side area, 2 Reapers are going to spawn. So we don't want to go that way yet. There is a key in that pustule we need to get for the Skyrest Bridge. For other areas of it we can't unlock yet, or haven't been able to. But, we want to get this first. So she's going to spawn a bunch of little enemies. No, not the kick, not the kick. Okay, we interrupted it. Yeah, that's the one thing. The wither sucks, especially these fucks. If you get fully withered, get smacked, they're just gonna kill you. Really poor situation. Large manstone cluster. Get your sword. Crimson Rector sword, 19 strength requirement, strength scaling. Just a nice great sword, not colossal, just nice regular great sword for option for strength builds. But there's another version of that we're gonna get at the end of this episode. This is the Thorned Crimson Rector sword, and as you can imagine, it has both options. We're going to rush forward, exit Umbral right here on the left. Now we are going to take these guys out, but firstly, we're going to go over here, enter Skyrest Bridge with the key, get our Visage, and then we'll come and take them out. So if we die, we don't have a huge run back, right? Crimson Rector Shield, 11 strength, that will be an early option for us for quite some time. But we don't have a weapon worth, because right now we're dual wielding for the damage. We need to dual wield, so we don't have an option of good enough weapon to only one hand at this time.
While the beacon I would have you seek out as proof for only
so he wants some quest items. Every area we go to, we'll be getting quest items for him. Pilgrim's Perch has 3. So as the story progresses, I think he just got that. He didn't have it before. But yes, as the story progresses, he's got to get more armors, more weapons, more spells, so on and so forth. Well, we don't have any quest items to turn in, so that's not going to progress it. And on top of that, the story hasn't progressed. So, when the story progresses, he's obviously going to get more stuff. But handing the quest items even gets more stuff. And then doing his quest leads to, some of, well, not some, the best catalyst for Radiance in the game. It's quite unfortunate we won't get it for a long time, but we are going to do his complete quest line. And we're going to do all of their complete quest lines besides like Kukigen's, because that's better for New Game Plus. You need 3 playthroughs to get a platinum. Doing her quest is going to keep you broke, keep you from getting levels, because it's like every time you get to summon her to take out bosses, and then she wants like all of your souls for doing it. It just really sucks. So it's better for New Game Plus when you already have a solid build, not when you really need your levels desperately, right? So I'm going to tell you guys how to do it, and I don't know, I'm thinking about doing it, I really am, but I just, in the long run, it's going to hold us back. We're going to give her 4,000 souls here, then 12,000 here, then 22,000. I mean, I'm telling you, it really sucks. And bosses just don't drop more than 20,000 usually, so it's really horrible. But we're going to go down here and show you guys a farm. This is not for levels, this is for weapons for agility builds. So if you're doing agility, some of the best agility weapons in the game are right here, from the Reapers. It's going to be the right hand bringer of stillness and the left hand. One does wither, one does frostbite, together dueling them completely devastating. And all you gotta do, even though those are like umbral statuses, all you gotta do is level up agility, which is really nice. All your skills can come from agility, so you have to worry about, you know, scaling up 2 things. Get that. So you want to get comfortable with these guys, as you know you're gonna be fighting them a lot, right? So. This is a great farm. It's right outside the Visage, the Skyrest Bridge. And you just keep farming these guys, and they have regular drops. So you can get your hood, you can get the robes, you can get all types of stuff. But you want the weapons, is what you really want. So right there is just some consumables, nothing too crazy. But yeah, if you farm them, you'll be able to get the swords. They're light, they're really long. And like I said, you got frostbite on them, you got other things as well. Frostbite wither. And you only needed to level up agility, but if you were to throw 18 radiance on that build too, you could use the weapon buff, so that could be cool. You know, getting radiant, physical, frostbite, and wither would be pretty devastating. So I would highly recommend it if I was doing agility, no question about it. So we're going forward, kind of do a loop around, grabbing some bigger skulls and an armor set, the Scryer set. There we go. One more here. Then we need to enter Umbral. Go through the gate, take this ramp down, and this is going to get us our first pendant, which is going to boost your attack power with the lighter load. So unless you're doing agility with really light daggers and wearing cloth, it's not going to get the best benefit, and there's just going to be better choices. Early on, it is a choice though. I just don't really think with us dual wielding weapons and stuff like that, it's going to, you know, be much good to us. Either way, we're going to head up the stairs, and there's going to the right, there's going to be a cell with the prisoner, the tortured prisoner. She's not going to be able to talk because she has a mask, but we need to go ahead and interact with her. Then we're going to go over here, pull this stigma.
Their words are veiled when they speak to me.
There and go up the stairs here. Make sure you do this before we do the next step. It's actually extremely important. Well, to save you time, it's going to be. Now we're going to get into the tortured prisoner's quest right now, but we got some stuff to get. So take a sharp right there. It's so easy just to run past that bigger skull. You can use it to get some levels, so, you know, or upgrade weapons, whatever you want to use those souls on. So you don't want to miss it. Now we're going to go out this door. We're going to drop down, turn around, grab your javelin, as you do need, you know, all these throwable items for a trophy, right? Now we're just going to turn around and run back through the Skyrest Bridge. Now we're not worried about dropping out of the area we're just in, because like I said, if you open that door first, you have a shortcut back, and you won't have a huge fucking run around. As you guys remember how much shit we went through to get here. So, you know, you want to get your shortcuts, you want to do everything you can. Not like we're really going to need any heals moving forward, so. Alright. So now we're back, we'll slow down. We've already, you know, tried to interact with her, so we did that. You're going to go down the stairs, you're going to see a break in the railing. We're going to roll off and then pop Umbral Entity right here. So we have to remove this Umbral Entity over here up these up this ladder to get to a really good catalyst for Inferno builds, but you guys are not going to be able to use this until later in the game. Reason being is we need it for requests. So, and if you just put it on now, you're going to miss out on probably the most powerful Inferno spells in the game, hands down. So, pull your platform over, drop, turn around, pull that. Turn around, pull your platform back. Yeah, you can imagine what it took for me to do notes on all this shit. It was quite a thing. Quite a thing. But because of it, we're able to get everything. So, you know, it's working out great. Now we're going to go up the ladder, get our third and final entity. Alright, now this is going to start clearing up. That's actually the entity, but I just don't know what to call those things. I'm tired of calling pustules because they're really not. So, I mean, they're all entities. Now you're gonna notice you can't really walk through the door. You will be able to. It just always has a hard time loading for whatever reason. That's a Searing Acquisition. That is one of the best Inferno catalysts in the game, in my opinion. I mean, I think it is. I've never done Inferno, but it's tied to this build, and then you get it back later. So putting that on. Upgrade's probably going to be a better option than what you have. But like I said, yeah, it comes with 4 spell slots. It's probably like the, you know, probably the 3rd best Inferno catalyst, something like that. Because there's just not many catalysts. Like the one we're going to get in our next region, for us, it's the 3rd best in the game too. But these aren't worth fully upgrading. You know what I mean? So, but now that we got that, what we want to do is hand it over to her. Now you'll get this back mid-game, but if you know, doing her quest, she'll eventually show these really devastating, I mean, huge explosions, beams of fire, crazy shit, crazy spells that could just break the game for you. But if you keep that for yourself, you're not going to get those spells. And then when you do her quest, she gives it back to you. So you still get it, and then you get more spells too, so it's just really nice. From here, do we want to run up? Yeah, I guess. I was just going to quit out. Typically what you would do is quit the game and load back in. Sometimes this game just takes forever to load, to be completely honest. So we're just going to run up, rest, and run back. It doesn't matter. All you're trying to do is reset the state of the world. So whether it be resting, whether it be quitting and reloading, it all does the same action. But that load time is way less than quitting out of the whole game and coming back in. Sometimes you don't have an option because the business is just, to be frank, it's just too far away, right? But either way, she is now gone. She has moved to her next spot and freed up the mask, or left the mask, rather. Now with that, we're done here. What we do want to do, though, is we're going to want to go over and jump to our seedling. This is the very first seedling and only seedling we have placed in the game. I told you guys to, be careful about, where you plant them, and this is why, because we need to jump back to this for things we have to do. This is actually going to get you guys a really good Inferno spell early on. It lets you like spray flames out from your hand. So that's pretty cool. Now we're going to go forward here, open up a doorway back to the Skyrest Bridge, another shortcut. So there's going to be many, all throughout the game. So many paths from so many regions that all lead back to Skyrest, right? And that's just the thing. It's almost like Dark Souls in that way. But it's just really, really, really well done. Really well done. Now, she's going to sell all the starter stuff for Inferno, but she does have one new spell here.
Hello,
Conflagration. They're going to get her dialogue.
Witness, will you bring me?
If you go to purchase,
Ah, my
like I said,
invitation
starting
reached
stuff
you.
for, Inferno, that's what you started with. That's what you started with. That's a multiplayer item turned into the Shrine of Adir for, to buy items just like the Aureus Shrine, right? Then the starting armor set. However, Conflagration is new. Spray a constant stream of fire from your hand. Now, that's a good option early on,
Kindness.
as I'm
my
just selling
invitation
junk we
reached
have while
you.
we're here. That's a good option early on because there actually is a boss weapon. You just random drops, not worried about it. There actually is a boss weapon that, or boss spell that does the same thing, but a much better job. But for now, you know what I mean? It's a good option until you get to that point. So we do have enough for one level. Okay. Anything, I mean, like I said, if you guys want the trophies, then you need to keep all this stuff. But as you can't get it in a single playthrough anyways, it's going to take you 3 because of the 3 secret endings, or the 3 trophy endings. You might as well the first time just sell your shit that you're not going to use, and get your character up as high as you can get it throughout your playthrough, or buy better weapons, better upgrades, things of that nature. Where are we at? 18. That's awesome. We're almost done with health for quite some time. Now we're good to jump back to the sanctuary, go up, get some items, talk to NPC, and take out our boss, and get on up to the Pilgrim's Perch. So from sanctuary, just go on up. Like I say, guys, really curated experience. And there's gonna be a lot more of just like actually playing and really enjoying it. But this is a tight area, and it's just like go here, do this, we got to do that, and we got to go there, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? In this first area. But yeah, we're gonna have, it's not gonna be like a chore. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. But this first area just has a lot going on. Now, use your lantern. Go in here. That is your starter set for the condemned. For the condemned class. Now we're gonna go to our right into Umbral. Pop this. It's gonna get you some consumables. It's gonna be 3 vertebrae. Now these are used to slowly build up your soul plate charges. So if you're struggling with the boss and you were to pop that, it would slowly build up 2 soul plate charges with 1 use. You just literally keep soul playing a boss over and over and over until you beat them if you're really struggling. I've never used them. I just did it in testing while I was getting notes for the walkthrough, just further options and strategies. But either way, as you go forward, as you see, there's a ladder going down. Ignore that. Go here, pick up the Imperial Grenade. We need that for a quest. Next area, it's going to get us our catalyst for the radiant build. And like I said, everyone has complete freedom to whatever build they want. However, I do, I hope you guys. I hope enough people do follow along with the suggested build. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, it wasn't actually meant to go down yet. I had to look over at my notes. I do apologize. So we're going to go out here first. Oh, wait, no. We do go down. We do go down. Wrong ledge. See, when you drop down this, that goes to the boss. I forgot there's, Let's get talking to Tamarose. You need to fully exhaust your dialogue, or she's not going to be the next spot for next episode.
But you won't.
Alright.
But you won't.
So if she's repeating herself, you got it. So we're gonna go up this ledge and get a bleed resistance bomb. Apologize. Same thing. And now we want to rest because we have the boss fight coming up. The boss can be a bit tricky. She's holy. She's a flail. It's really hard to read her moves. She has blood loss. She throws tornadoes at you. She's an umbral parasite. I know it sounds like a lot. It's not gonna be too bad. So, like I said, with all the bosses, it's just like be patient, dodge, parry, don't get greedy, and that's going to be the big theme of this game. Huge run theme of this game. However, if you're just trying to be patient and parry this lady, just know that sometimes the wind-ups, it looks like she's winding up to attack, and the wind-ups hit you, and that's what destroys you. So, it could be a bit challenging, but before we even get started on her, there's a couple other enemies in here. Now, they're not going to attack us, but we don't want our lock-on to accidentally lock onto one of them during the fight, so we're going to kill them. She doesn't even detect us yet. Don't worry about it. Go right here, pick up the Bloody Asperillium. It's a quest item for Dumbmire. We're going to buff up, switch to your lantern. Now, get on this right ledge and just siphon through this wall. That's where the parasite is, so you don't even really need to worry about it. We start hitting her range, get her health down as much as possible. If you are struggling with her, just keep in mind, you can probably just run to either side of the arena and, hit her from range. Alright, now we get a soul plate leading in. And before the fight even starts, oh, look at that. Alright, almost got her halfway down. We do got one more soul play. I like to do it at this time when she does that free buff because she's about to throw a tornado at you. If we play her cards right, it's going to interrupt it. Be patient, hit her heal. It shouldn't be too bad if you just, play your cards right. Another problem is, she does so much flashy shit on the screen, it's kind of hard to see what she does, you know what I mean? It can be, quite challenging to see what she's actually doing because there's so much flashy shit happening. Oh no, you know, first try, all we did was use one heal. It's not bad, right? You got your armor, which is not guaranteed, or flail. I've always gotten, so we will say that's guaranteed. And then Abyssal Seed. You always get seedlings from every boss. Remember, it's or mini boss, doesn't matter. Now, do not put one here; it will be a waste. As we need to put one up a little bit more. But also remember, if you die, you gotta do this run back. Now, this run back isn't bad, and I'd much rather do this run back than waste the seedling I'm gonna wish we had later game. So that's why I'm trying to save them up now. This is gonna break. Didn't get that. You wanna run, kind of late jump. Like I said, the jumping doesn't really feel good in this game. You always feel like you're gonna die, and it would suck to die to a jump and have a run back when we didn't even die to an enemy. You know what I mean? So. Now we are about to put a seedling down up here in our next tunnel we're about to progress through. Now we're at the end of this episode showing you a farm, and we're all going to go to farm the Pilgrim's Perch key door. So there's 3 doors the key's used on. This is going to be the first one we're running across. And here's only a set of armor, but while we have it, might as well go get it, right? Go get all the stuff we can possibly need or use. So, let's go rest up, grab our levels. And I easily could be saving levels for the Pilgrim's Perch key, but we need our levels. You know, like we need them. And we're at 19 already, so let's go ahead and grab one more level. Get our health done over for quite some time. We'll probably go up to like 35 on health throughout the game, but right now we just want to hit 20. 20 will last us halfway through the game, so that gives us a lot of time to work on our damage stats. You know what I mean? So you need the Pilgrim's Perch key door for this, and we'll get it in between this episode and next, because we're not going to all sit here and farm a bunch of shit together, right? As it's going to be extremely boring. I can just show you the farm, we use off camera, and like I said, you can get the Pilgrim's Perch key later in the game anyways, so you don't have to do this. But if you're doing Strength Radiance build, yeah, you're gonna want to. That's, you know, it's kind of why I designed this walkthrough around this stuff, so people are getting the extra help they need. And right at the start of the game, we could all go get really devastating weapons. Even if we can't use them right away, we know how to work our stats, right? So we know what to aim for. So now we're gonna go down, smack the bum. Gotta smack the bums, y'all. Gotta smack the bums around. All right. Go and grab our souls real quick before we progress on. So keep a soul flay charge ready. Switch to your lantern. We're about to face your first spike head. Oh, come on, lock on. That actually was not supposed to go down like that. So we're gonna soul flay him right off the edge. You do need to get comfortable with his moveset and learn how to fight him, but for now, oh fuck. You know, it's supposed to really quit doing that when they updated the game. These fucking malfunctions were supposed to quit. Yeah, look at that. Okay, we're about to just die. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's a failed mechanic right there. I'm sorry, guys. That's not how it's supposed to go. When you soul play something, it's actually supposed to work. So. So we're just going to get a fresh run, and hopefully resetting it makes things work properly. But yes, you're supposed to be able to soul flame off the edge. Game obviously malfunctioned there, so that's just beautiful. Now, it used to do that all the time. When I went through the notes, it didn't. And, you know, the update was supposed to fix all this shit. And it did, for the most part, but it looks like it's still happening. So let's go and soul flame him, send him off the edge. You know, just stay locked onto him. You shouldn't have to, but obviously, it's, you know, not worth the risk. Now those guys are worth a lot of souls. At this point, like 5 something, 600 almost. So that's actually gonna be one of the guys we farm up, just not here. So from this point, we're gonna go on up. Enter Umbral. That's never not gonna be fun. So when you enter Umbral, you actually send off this huge shockwave and it'll blow everybody back. So if they're near a ledge, if you got 5, 6 guys around the ledge, you'll blow them off the ledge. You only have to fight them. just gonna die. Or if they're near those red pustules that explode, that shockwave will explode all of them and take everybody out too. So get your shortcut down here. Run on over, pick the place. Since we died and there's no need to go back over here, this guy's still alive, so we're just gonna, pop him off from range. We don't want someone just spamming fucking spells at us, right? So that's gonna drop right here. You go and grab your common Orion prayer. Now we want to go on up. There's gonna be a plank. There's a spike head guy hiding right to the left. So what we want to do is the same thing. We're gonna pretty much trigger him to come out and chase us. And we're just gonna soul play him, get rid of him. We'll fight his ass later. Now I'm not gonna lock on. And he should definitely, yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. So for whatever reason, that's just still happening. Like I said, they fixed it for the most part, so I'm not gonna, brag on them too much about it. But it is really frustrating. Don't exit Umbral. Instead, we're going to come down here and we can go ahead and get a ring that's going to add, I think it's 3 stats to health. So they're fake stats. I don't like fake stats because the second we take that ring off, we lose 3 points in health. But early on, it's a decent choice. Now, this will be coming off by next episode because we're going to put on a ring for strength. They'll give us the strength requirement to use a Blood Loss Holy Hammer we're about to pick up. So. Alright, now we'll go ahead and exit Umbral. Oh, hold on, these guys want some attention. We'll give them some attention. Alright, go on up. If you don't kill immediately, just make sure you jump back so you don't knock you over the edge. I mean, we gotta go to Umbral anyways, up ahead, but for right now, we're gonna try to keep that extra life. Alright, so get behind here. Siphon. If you're behind the railing, he can't, his spells aren't gonna get you, is the thing. See? If we get to him, he can't get to us. Alright, run, jump, let off the analog sticks so we don't go too far. Get all your souls, run, jump. Right here's the sword, Hallowed Praise. I actually like it, but we need like 4 points in agility. And we might actually get agility up to 15 anyway, so I might, kind of work towards that. Reason being, there's an in-game shield. It's very much for a Radiance build. It's called the Shield of Radiant Light. Awesome, but you need 15 agility, 15 strength. So I really don't want to put my stats there. But that weapon actually gets Holy and Blood Loss. And we're going to pick up another weapon that gets Holy and Blood Loss. So having both of them dual wielding should be quite powerful. Either way, let's go ahead and enter Umbral right on the cliff. You notice there's no pustules and no enemies. Typically there's 4 red pustules and a few enemies here. Enter Umbral right there. Like I said, that shockwave is going to blow up the pustules and the enemies. Alright, let's go and pick up a ring. The Holy Blood Ring just gives you some resistance to blood loss. And we're already about at the end of this place, so. Alright, as bad as I want levels, we're going to use whatever souls we get from this point forward. Save it for our Pilgrim's Purchase, because we're at that point. We're almost up to the farm. And saving a few thousand of these is going to make it so we don't have to farm, forever. And we do want to be careful here and try to get our shortcut because we have a spike tag guy, so let's try to draw him over this way, make him run around, then we can go ahead out this way, pull our platform. Since you don't want to risk getting killed, that's going to be a run and jump. Ooh, it looks like, I never even seen that item in my note-taking either, so we're going to have to make sure we get that. Yeah, I mean, I'm human, I can miss stuff, but I always typically find it if I do. So if we're going through an episode in our area and I miss something, you can pretty much rest assured that, you know, next episode or maybe even 4 away at some point. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, guys, I found this, and then we'll go back for it, because even after I clear an area on a walkthrough, in between episodes, I'll go back over, make sure I didn't miss anything, and if I did miss something, we'll go back for it. I'm always double checking myself, I'm always going behind myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do the best job possible. So like I said, if we miss something, we'll get it, trust me. And if you guys see something I did miss, please feel free to let me know, so we can just do the best job we can for everybody. Alright, so we're going to go on over here, get your ladder. Now when we go up to this next platform, there's going to be an entrance leading inside, and that's where our business is. But keep in mind, there's going to be a spike head guy with a parasite, so we're going to run right past him. And we're going to come back out here and do everything we got. Ooh, fucker. Usually he's farther back. So we got to come back out here and do everything, you know, involved in this area. But at least doing this, we don't have to worry about, you know, having some huge ass run back. So this is where we're going to wrap up the episode, but we're only 40 minutes in, so it's going to show the farm. So for the farm, like right when you get to the doorway, dodge, you have enough time to take this guy out usually, even if he hits you. Then you're just going to stand by this ledge, he's going to run at you, and you're going to jump. Ooh, sometimes you need a bit extra. Oh, you're a bitch. You know what, let's do this, check this out. I blew him the wrong way, it's okay. Typically, it goes a lot smoother than this, guys. Oh, that's some more shit. Alright, you know what? Fuck him. We'll rest and restart. I'm gonna show you guys how this farm is supposed to work. What is this, the episode of malfunctions or something? It's wild. Typically, you can run, roll right here. Staying at the edge. I should have, you know, rolled better. But yeah, then he goes off, you get like 600 souls. Rinse and repeat when you have 18,000. Now we've all been, you know, going through this game together, right? So we should all have around 4,000 right now. We just got to the best, so if you listen to me and didn't get that level, you should have 2,000. So we only need 14,000 more. It sounds like a lot, but you're getting 1,300 every 2 times. You know what I mean? It's going to be pretty quick. Obviously go up top and get your 4 small beryllium. Now if you guys remember, we were talking about an item we missed down here. So we're going to enter Umbral, take this ramp on over. We're just going to try to drop down and clear all this stuff. Let's try to thin the herd a bit. Ooh, tough guy, huh? There's... Let's see if we can actually get... We got a spike head. Dodge. The dodge is really the only thing you have to really worry about. The other stuff's pretty easy to parry. Alright, so our area is officially cleared, or we're good to move on. We did grab the Thorned Crimson Rector Sword, so we're going to hit this drop. Be able to get your Perdum Falchion. Did we pick up any butterflies yet? Or we're gonna have that run back to do. It's okay. It's not too bad. So if you're an Umbral, you just, as you see, we just smacked this parasite, right? And with doing that, we don't have to siphon it. So you keep that in mind. Alright, run, jump. We're just gonna work our way back up. We gotta get a bunch of souls anyways. I mean, it's not really gonna hurt. And we had to clear all of our areas, get all of our items. Yeah, it's obviously involved with getting all of our weapons, so we had to get it. And so, we're all gonna hit the farm in between episodes, get up to 18,000, go back to Skyward's Bridge. We'll buy the Pilgrim's First Key together, so it's on camera and everyone sees how to do it. Siphon. He's already clear. Like I said, there was pustules there, exiting Umbral kind of hooked us up. But yeah, so we're going to do that farm off camera, all of us together. We'll go ahead and get all, you know, the souls we need, pick up next episode at Skyward's Bridge, getting the Pilgrim's First Key. And then we're actually going to go through the late game area in the Pilgrim's Perch to the later area of it and go get some weapon choices for everybody. It's put us all in a really good spot. Although we won't be able to use all of them, there is, a few we can use. So it's just going to be really helpful to everybody. Like I said, typically we'd be throwing levels in right now. I'd go get my 2 levels for agility so I could meet my stat requirements, but the key's gonna be more important. We're actually gonna get a late game upgrade mats in there, so we have a few. When we get to that level, we'll be able to upgrade a little bit more than usual. We're gonna get 3 or 4 weapons, and then we're going to progress up to a vistage up there that's gonna make that traveling merchant sell some really good weapons too. So it's just gonna be really, really, really helpful and just really nice for everybody. Either way, we are going to wrap up here. So you guys remember, we'll hit the farm one more time together. So just remember, run, close the doorway. You have enough time to beat this guy down. Even if he hits you, sit by the edge, he's coming, dodge him. And then you do that over and over and shoot. Oh, shit. And hopefully it takes. There you go. So we're doing this over and over until we hit 18,000. As you see right there, we've got 54. Now that put us up to 6,000. So like I said, around 600 times every time you do it. 600 souls every time you do it. So we're at 6,000. That's it's not even that bad. 12,000 more come pretty quick. So either way, y'all stay tuned, and we will be back next episode to go on into the Pilgrim's Perch late game area, get some weapons, get some upgrades. Have the merchant selling us later game stuff as well, and then we're just gonna go on through this area, do all the side quest stuff for Dumbmire, take out the boss, start in the area, then the Remembers boss, getting a blacksmith, all types of just great stuff. It's in next episode. So you guys stay tuned, and we will be back here shortly, picking on up where we left off and finishing up the Pilgrim's Perch.